Almost every day, astronomers find in our massive universe some new mystifying anomalies, phenomena, or intriguing objects, or reveal a new discovery about something that they have been studying and observing for a while. Every year, new, more powerful ground and space-based observatories are launched, yet our universe just keeps getting weirder and more complex than we can comprehend and understand. Progress may be slow, but it has been steadily accelerating in the last 2 years. One of the more recent discoveries that did not get much attention despite its importance is the new deep image of an orc. Calm down, it is not a hideous creature from the movie Lord of the Rings, but rather an image of one of the strange, hazy-looking, ghostly radio objects in the deep sky that has a diameter of at least 10 times that of our entire galaxy and seems to encompass one galaxy at its center. No one is able to comprehend why such massive objects that encompass entire galaxies are so mysterious and rare. What are they? Do they serve a particular purpose? How did they manifest into existence? There are so many questions, and now, with the recent discovery, some solid theories are beginning to emerge. The new images are just what scientists needed because they reveal the targeted orc's complex structure, and thus just might help astronomers narrow down its possible formation scenarios. So far, only 5 orcs have been discovered. By the way, orcs stand for odd radio circles, and they are nothing short of a puzzle that is difficult to solve because they are extremely hard to detect, despite their sheer enormity. On average, they are also located more than 1 billion light-years away from our solar system. It is true the circles are relatively common in astronomy. We often see fascinating images of such circles that are usually produced by spherical objects such as planetary nebulas, supernova remnants, protoplanetary disks, and star formation. However, orcs are unlike anything scientists have ever seen. Indeed, they are truly elusive yet majestic and beautiful. What is an orc? Orcs are rare spheres of faint radio emissions surrounding galaxies with a highly active black hole at their center. They are very rare and immense in size. One can hold 10 or more Milky Ways. In a nutshell, they are simply unexplained astronomical objects that at radio wavelengths appear to be highly circular and brighter along their edges. They have only been found in radio wavelengths, making them even more mysterious. This also complicates astronomers' work because orcs do not show up in other investigations using optical, X-ray, or infrared telescopes. Some believe that it is difficult to detect them because they produce radiation in a physical process called synchrotron radiation, which is the electromagnetic radiation emitted when relativistic charged particles are subject to an acceleration perpendicular to their velocity. Such radiation can be produced artificially in some types of particle accelerators. However, in space, such radiation is naturally produced by fast electrons moving through magnetic fields. An example of this is the ultra-relativistic motion of a charged particle around a black hole. The first orcs were detected in 2019 after astronomer Anna Kapinska started a pilot survey of the evolutionary map of the universe based on the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder radio telescope. So, in an attempt to solve the mystery, scientists recently targeted one particular orc with the South African Radio Astronomy Observations radio telescope to complement previous observations by the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder radio telescope. These two telescopes did magic working together because one of them found and magnified the orc while the other one analyzed it. The new image of Orc 1 was published on March the 22nd of this year. The results were stunning. The tiny dot in the center of Orc has been confirmed as a galaxy with a very active massive black hole at its center, which just might be why this particular orc exists in the first place. The new modeling of the orc's radio emissions also showed that the structure is quite spherical. The only reason it seems to appear ring-shaped is that there is more material along our line of sight at the Auk's edges. The new observations also enabled scientists to reconstruct the magnetic fields within the Auk, which revealed that those fields are probably the result of a shock wave that had compressed the expanding Auk in the very distant past, at least 1 billion years ago. Auks are baffling, they are rare, and there are absolutely no explanations that we know of yet to justify why and how they formed. Still, the new findings have led astronomers to suspect that something rather complex and rare happened to the targeted Auk's central galaxy 1 billion years ago, causing it to send out a powerful shockwave that emitted radio waves. Presently, there are 3 theories as to how Auks are formed. Number 1. Auks form as a result of a collision between 2 supermassive black holes inside the galaxy that is found at the center of Auks. In the distant past, such collisions could have produced immensely powerful energy shock waves, but so far such collisions are yet to be observed by astronomers. Nevertheless, the theory predicts that many supermassive black holes formed due to the merger of smaller black holes. If this theory turned out to be true, then it would not only solve the mystery, but would also be used by scientists as a method for estimating the rates at which supermassive black holes merge. Number 2. Auks formed around galaxies that experience widespread consecutive and simultaneous intense violent events such as star formations or supernovas. It is a known fact that both the birth of energetic stars and the death of stars in spectacular supernovas push away gases and particles in the form of galactic wind, resulting in an expanding powerful shock wave. Number 3. There is a possibility that Auks formed as a result of a jetted outflow from an active galactic nucleus. If this is the case, then there is something else out there in the universe that manifests as a result of materials falling into the accretion disk around a supermassive black hole. Something that is similar yet different from quasars and blazars because it produces Auks. Dr. Jordan Collier of the Inter-University Institute for Data-Intensive Astronomy, who compiled the image for Meerkat data, recently said, "People often want to explain their observations and show that it aligns with our best knowledge. To me, it's much more exciting to discover something new that defies our current understanding. Continuing to observe these odd radio circles will provide researchers with more clues." According to Professor Roy Norris, one of the authors of the recent paper about the new images of Auk 1, no doubt the SKA telescopes once built will find many more Auks and be able to tell us more about the life cycle of galaxies. The currently under construction ultra-sensitive SKA observatory is supported by more than a dozen countries, including the UK, Australia, South Africa, France, Canada, China, and India. It represents the spirit of international collaboration, which always made space exploration better and more efficient. Despite their rarity, astronomers believe that some Auks are hidden in the massive amounts of data from other radio telescopes with enormous fields of view, like the giant microwave radio telescope in India and the low-frequency array in the Netherlands. They are also building machine learning algorithms to make searching for the faint blobs in vast radio images easier. Right now, it is not clear whether the elegant James Webb Telescope is scheduled to be pointed towards one of these Auks in the near future. However, such an observation will certainly take place at some point in the next 2 years, and it will be magnificent. Keep your fingers crossed and your imagination in full throttle. What was a mere dream and fantasy yesterday is bound to become the reality of tomorrow. Space is not the final frontier. It is merely the beginning of a whole new massive incomprehensible front for exploration and human expansion. For more awesome videos, subscribe, share, comment if you like, and do not forget to hit the notifications button, because we are always working to bring you the best and most accurate awesome space and astronomy videos.